This is the last monthly reset of the year, getting ready for the month of December, talking about everything that happened in November. I have lots to share with you and some questions I have of you that I would love your help with. So let's jump right into it. First of all, I'm going to talk about what happened in the month of November. I'm sure you all are going to be like, this girl's life is crazy. If you watched what happened in the month of September, we had a little bit more of a chill, relaxed October. Nothing dramatic happened. But if you remember in September, I had a kidney stone on a plane. The plane had to do an emergency medical landing for me. I was in the hospital for a week and a half. It was a whole ordeal. This month, we had another medical issue. Unfortunately, my son Owen was not feeling well. He was sent home from school with a fever, not an overly high fever, but he was sent home with a fever. The next day, my husband and I both stayed home and were watching him. He still had a fever that day, and we were both just sitting downstairs in the basement. Owen was on the couch and just all of a sudden sat up really quickly, abruptly, and started having a seizure. I am telling you, it was the scariest thing of my entire life. If you have kids, I'm sure you can imagine the scariest thing to happen would be to see your kid like that. He turned completely blue after seizing. He went limp. He stopped breathing. I don't want to go too far into it because honestly, it is extremely emotional to think about what happened. But luckily, I was able to call 911 immediately. My husband was holding him. We laid him on his back. We got instructions from 911 with what to do. We rolled him over to his side. We got him breathing again. He pinked back up, thank goodness. Right as the ambulance was showing up, they got there in 5 or 6 minutes. My 911 phone call was 6 minutes long in total. So probably by the time I gave them our address and we had gotten that far, it was probably about 5 minutes till they showed up. So very grateful that the ambulance was there quickly, and we brought him to Children's Hospital just to make sure that he was okay. Of course, after stopping breathing and all of that, they really wanted to check him out. They were not overly concerned. The paramedics seemed to know what was going on. The doctors at the hospital knew what was going on, and it was a febrile seizure. So if you've never heard of one of those, it's a seizure that happens typically with kids under the age of 6. Some people say it's under the age of 5 when they have a fever, and it's apparently relatively common. Our children's hospital said they might get as many as 2 or more cases a day of children having febrile seizures, which was crazy to us because we had never heard of one before. We were so scared and terrified. Luckily, if your child has a febrile seizure, it doesn't mean that they have a seizure disorder. There's no damage that's caused to their brain from it. They're usually relatively quick, and they don't usually have another seizure within that specific illness. They are at a little bit of a higher risk for having another seizure with another illness in the future, but still that percent increase isn't really that much. I just wanted to share this here. I also shared it on Instagram because we had never heard of it. A lot of my friends and family had never heard of it. Those in the medical community seem to be very aware of it, and a lot of people did have friends, family, relatives, co-workers, or children of those individuals who have had a febrile seizure. So those people knew about it. And then ones like myself and like Jim were shocked and had lots and lots of questions for me. So I was getting lots of messages on Instagram about what to do and all of that. But it was just a really, really scary thing to watch. I'm so glad he's okay. I'm so glad that both Jim and I were home and we were able to call 911 so quickly and all of that. But it was a crazy week that week because he had been home for a few days and then we kept him home for a few days after. So I wasn't able to work like I usually could. Personal things fell behind, work things fell behind because our child's health is most definitely the priority. Also, Jim and I were very sick. I'm still kind of getting over it. Jim had a fever. I have just been working through a cough and a whole nasal thing. So that affected all of my goals and everything, which I am going to break down for you in a second. But just wanted to share that that was a major event that happened in November. And as I've said before, there are things that are out of your control that are going to impact your goal planning and things that need to take a higher priority, whether it's by choice or not. Of course, it's a choice that my family comes first, and I'm always going to make that decision. But sometimes the reasons that family has to come first come out of the blue, and those are out of your control. Other things that are happening in the month of November, I am filming this right before one more medical event. Owen does have to have surgery. Unfortunately, he has a cyst that he has to have removed. So we are doing that at the very, very end of November, right as this video is coming out. So that hasn't quite happened yet. So I will be staying with him in the hospital for a couple of days. That is planned. He is also fine. Unfortunate that he has to have surgery. Always scary when you or somebody in your family has to have surgery, but it's a benign cyst and they will be taking care of it, and hopefully the recovery process won't be too bad. Earlier in the month, Jim went out of town, so I had a little bit of solo parenting going on. And then of course with November, we had Thanksgiving, some time off of work, more family time, and just a mix up of the schedule. So I'm going to share with you how my goals went in the month of November with all of that craziness. This month I was very, very intentional. So I'm always looking at my calendar here as I talk to you and looking over the things that happened over the past month. I think I found a calendar that I want to use for next year, which I will discuss more, because I had to make a separate printable here for the month of November that I used as like a little bit of a habit tracker and was tracking my goals. So if you recall from the last video, my goals were a little bit more specific, that I wanted to exercise. I said 5 days a week, and I also said, I think that's very attainable, or something along those lines. And let me tell you, it was not. It was not attainable at all. I worked out the first week of November, 5 days. Then the next week I got 3 days. The following week I worked out 1 day. That's the week that Owen was sick. And then following that, I just decided that I was going to try and go for a walk every weekend, so every Saturday and Sunday. I'm getting very, very pregnant, and I don't think I've fully factored that in or factored in the things that were going on in November. And there was no way to anticipate what went on with all of us getting sick, because not only was there a situation with Owen, but I have not been feeling well, so I haven't been feeling like I want to exercise from having this cold or virus or whatever it is, and then also not feeling well in terms of being very, very pregnant. Clearly that was an overly lofty goal, but I did hit it the first week, so I guess that counts as something, but it just declined every week thereafter. In terms of my business, I did have a Black Friday sale. Unfortunately, it's over, but if you did miss it, I will leave a code below if you're watching this and you're still interested in purchasing something from my shop. I'll leave you a discount code below just for people who watch this video, but that was a goal to run a Black Friday sale, so I made that happen. Also was really focused on getting ahead of things to try and build up a little bit of a bank for a maternity leave, and I want to say I've been knocking that out of the park. My goal was to film 4 YouTube videos a week and 4 reels a week. So YouTube videos, I typically publish 3 videos a week, and reels, I haven't come up with a posting schedule, but I did do at least 4 YouTube videos a week. So I'm building up that bank. The first week I actually got 5 YouTube videos filmed, and then every week thereafter I got 4. We're still again in this last week of November, so I haven't closed it out yet, but I'm confident I'm going to be getting 4 videos this week as well. And then I did 4 reels exactly. Some weeks it was a little bit of a stretch, but I filmed 4 reels every single week and feel really good that those 2 goals I completely accomplished. The filming of the reels, I shared that I want to jump back into the sophisticated declutter, so I've revamped and gotten that all ready for next year as well. I'm telling you, if there's a reason that you follow me or a time that you like really dive into hanging out with me and decluttering and organizing, January and for the first 6 months of the year, that is the best time, because every single year I go through and declutter my entire house in 6 months. I take you along with me, and every year it just gets a little bit better. This year I've changed the order of things. I've added in some fun buffer weeks to help for when life throws things at you and you can't get things done like we want to, because these monthly reset videos are a complete example of that. I will be sharing resources and guides and all of this content with you near the very end of the year, and then we're gonna jump right into it in January. So a lot of those reels I've been filming ahead, so I have tons and tons of content ready to go. I'm gonna be able to do do it with you, give you lots of examples, product recommendations, decluttering ideas, all of that stuff. So I'm very excited. I feel like I've kind of hit that goal of revamping the sophisticated declutter and starting to declutter my space a little bit in advance. So again, I can have that maternity leave. I can follow along with the declutter and don't have to be so stressed right after having a baby. Talking about my goals for the month of December, I have to admit, I'm not really going to set any because of my personal situation. I love the idea of working towards stuff for the end of the year. So many people set New Year's resolutions, but I like the idea of when there's a countdown and you have the last month of the year and you want to get stuff done before the next year. That's such a fun concept for me. So if you have some free time in your December, I know it's a busy, busy time of year for so many people, but if you can set some last minute goals for yourself, do it. Though I'm not going to set such formal goals for myself, like how many times a week I want to do something, I still have lots of goals that I want to accomplish. I am going to continue to try and build up that bank for my business. So keeping up with my YouTube videos and filming other content, getting that sophisticated declutter really ready to go, and prepping everything while I have time. But backing up for a second, in the month of December, here's what we have going on. We are a split household. I am Jewish, my husband's Catholic, so we have Hanukkah, we have Christmas, we have my son's birthday. Owen's birthday is in December. I am most likely probably gonna have another baby in December. It's possible. It's January. You never know, but I'll probably have another baby in December. And with that, you never know when things are gonna be cut off. It could be mid-December that I have a baby. And then whatever goals I plan and set probably will be very difficult to achieve. So there's just a lot of things happening. I think we want to have a little bit of a birthday party for Owen. Maybe just immediate family coming over. I don't want to plan anything too big and then go into labor or something during his birthday and have to miss it and buy all of this stuff and stress myself out at 40 weeks pregnant or whatever it is. And we also have lots of other fun events. Owen's daycare has a few different family events that we can attend. There's other holiday things that I want to do. The zoo here has something really fun where they do lights that you can go to at night. So I want to do that. There's probably some cooking that'll go on. Really just a busy time. I am most definitely not setting a workout goal, especially with it being my last few weeks of pregnancy. The one goal I am going to work on is these specific videos. And here's where I could use your help. I am thinking of completely revamping the reset videos and the whole concept of this goal planning because I want to keep talking about it, sharing my personal goals, maybe a little bit more in depth as to how I plan my goals and taking a step back a little bit. I worry that they get in the weeds a little bit. So I'm thinking that I am going to do quarterly goal setting and quarterly resets. My thought behind this is sharing bigger picture goals that I'm working towards. And when I talk about my quarterly goal planning, talking about what is the big goal? What am I gonna do on a monthly basis to get that done? What am I gonna do on a weekly basis to get that done? And is there something that I can do on a daily basis to get that done? Talking through that process. Not every goal is gonna have a step every single spot along the way. There might be some annual goals I'm talking about, and then bridging that through the quarterly updates as well. Some might just stay within one quarter, but I want to hear from you if that sounds like something you would be interested in, if you prefer the monthly updates where there's more detail every single month with personally what's going on in my life. Do you like hearing the personal updates? And then the other big question is, I've been sharing product use ups, which I will share at the end of this video, all of the products that I'm using up in my bathroom and then cleaning products I'm using up throughout the house. And I've been saving that and sharing absolutely everything that I use up with you. Is that something that you still want to see? Do you want to see like an expedited version and I can just show you the big pile of stuff and say, this is all the stuff I'm able to use up, and bring out some specific favorites that I want to share with you? Because I do want to also do quarterly favorites, whether they're things I use up or not. So talking about favorite organizing finds that I've gotten throughout the month, if I've started using a new planner or cleaning products, cleaning tools, cleaning gadgets, things that I'm loving throughout the month. I would love to do a favorite section, but want to hear from you if the products that I'm using up and seeing things that I'm getting out of my collection would be helpful, Or maybe I can just give a number, like I had 10 eyeshadows at the beginning of the month and now I have 6. So I'm reducing my collection and I decluttered X amount of them and used up Y amount. You can tell I'm thinking through that. That's why it's a goal for me to figure out how I want to revamp the whole goal setting and sharing that with you on a quarterly basis potentially. But if you have ideas or preferences, I'm filming these for you. I'm also setting goals for myself. So this is about both of us, but I would love to hear your opinions. And with that being said, because we're sticking on this train for one more month, I'm going to hop in my bathroom and share with you the products I used up. This month does feel a little bit lighter in terms of products that I used up in the bathroom. I have my Ziploc and it's really not that full. I just finished using this milk bath last night, so if I didn't finish that, this is all I would have had, which is totally fine, but still getting products out of the collection. I have the milk bath, of course. This was the Radiant Skin version. Has like an orange scent to it. Every single scent I've tried of this, I love. I keep recommending it. So that's one of my favorite products. And then I used up a toothpaste. I buy these in bulk, so I have a few more of them to work through. Then I used up a few sample products. I used up 3 little face wipes that I had gotten from a hotel. And then with a lot of the free baby gifts I've gotten, which if you're having a baby or interested in free baby gifts, I did film a whole video about that on my other channel, which I'll link. I got a lot of these stretch mark cream lotions and oils, so I'm really working through these in the last month of pregnancy here. So I will be going through a lot more, but did finish up the first one of the Palmer's Cocoa Butter stretch mark cream. Honestly, I think stretch marks are kind of a genetic thing. I don't think there's much that you can do. I know hydrating your skin can potentially help, but I figured since they were free, might as well use it. I need to moisturize my body anyways after I shower or take a bath. Finish up just a few things in the bathroom and let's head over to the laundry room and see what products I used up in terms of cleaning and home products. I do have a fair amount of cleaning products that I was able to use up. First of all, I finished a thing of Molly Suds. This is their original laundry powder in the peppermint scent. I repurchased this through Thrive Market. If you haven't tried Thrive Market or seen my videos on that, I have a full Thrive Market review, everything about it. It's a subscription service where you can buy groceries and home products, beauty products, lots of different things. But I did just do a recent Thrive haul and got a lot of cleaning products. So I replaced this exact Molly Suds because I like it so much, as well as I'm trying out a few other cleaning products and laundry detergents. So I'm excited for those, but I love this. So if you're looking for a more natural laundry detergent, this is one I would highly recommend. Highly rated on their website, so it's not just me. And another thing that I got during that haul was a Molly Suds sink scrub. This is a Thrive Market exclusive. It's the basil sprig scent. Probably something you can make yourself with baking soda and some essential oils, but thought I would give it a shot and I really enjoy the scent of this. It smells so fresh and clean and a little bit deceiving because I didn't fully finish it. I poured it into my sink scrub container that has a shaker attachment to it, but I have used it a few times and really do enjoy it. Then I finished up a apple weather candle, which is perfect because fall is done, winter is here. So it is nice that I don't have to put this back in storage for next fall. And the whole fall season, I only burned 1 candle. I pretty much use candles as decor and light them only every so often. But it is nice to get 1 candle out of my collection. And then 2 different wood cleaning products. Both are Method wood cleaners. And I think they actually have the same scent, the almond scent, which I love. This is a spray cleaner that you can use on surfaces. We have a wood table in the kitchen, so I used a lot in there. For some reason, sometimes I find that it's hard to find a liquid wood cleaner. A lot of times they are more of an aerosol or spray, but this one is great. Again, love the almond scent. And then the Squirt Mop wood floor cleaner is one of my favorites. I also use the blue one that is more of a multi-surface one. I think they also have a yellow one that I want to say is like a tile cleaner or something, but the wood scent is my favorite and worked through both of these this month. That is all I have for you. Next time, like I mentioned, we are going to be doing our January and goal setting for next year for 2024. So excited for that. Let me know in the comments again thoughts you have on the new structure for next year. But until next time, I will see you all later.